we're seeing erratic behaviors, or we're seeing really big swings or shifts that are creating different conflicts. So how are we going to manage those conflicts?
Yes, they learned a lot through this process. Next time, not less red tape, and policies in place that take into account both Western views and traditional knowledge.
This taught us a lot more about how we need to look ahead.
It's been the plan that we need to prepare for the future days, because there's so much more development on the country coast, so much more laws, where are they going to go? We need to adjust as much as they have to adjust with what's happening around them, and it cannot be our choice that we want to or not to. We have to welcome them, we have to prepare for them, because it will happen. We reached out to the government about its future plans. The spokesperson referred us to existing protocols for potentially dangerous wildlife, and reiterated that relocating an animal is often not the first point to successful the animal, expensive, and not always necessary depending on behavior.
There's still a lot of detail around what exactly happened. I think now, he's resting.
Here is back on the monorail. The bear that came to meet me is buried on Eric Laney's family farm. There's a makeshift wooden cross. One piece is yellow with text written on it.
Goodbye, Ted.
After he buried behind the bear, Eric sang his family song at the grave.
Brought him to this spot with the conservation officer, and we kind of both looked and said, yeah, I think this is the spot. Hopefully we're not going any more bears here in the near future. Good, my friend.
After my downstairs, we spoke in relation to this story. The conservation officer has laid charges against 2 people who knew how to pay out of them in relation to the killing of the grizzly bear. The update posted on Facebook says the charges are failing to promptly report the wounding or killing of a grizzly bear. That's all the storylines for this week. Today's episode was produced by me and Julie Coast. It first aired on the 10th in September of 2025.
the Pacific News Journal employed one community leader based in New Zealand wants the country to adopt something similar to the policy achievement. Achievement creates a pathway for up to 280 Tuvalu citizens to go to Australia to work, live and study each year. Amnesty International is calling for New Zealand to establish visas that improve migration for Pacific people impacted by climate change. Holland says other visas like the Pacific Access Category visa are not enough.
To what is going to the Philippine tree, we got tagged. Tagged all kinds of conditions that are very, very difficult on my people. Okay? So at the same time, I think coming to Australia is going to the Philippine tree, to me that is very good.
The Kiribati community leaders said it's cruel to deport Kiribati overstayers in New Zealand. Amnesty International is asking the New Zealand government to suspend all deportations to Tuvalu and Kiribati. saying they would face a real risk of serious human life harm if returned. South Kiaka says many people in the Kiribati community are anxious they will be deported.
They have no way of hosting detention. Taking them back to flooded lands or places with no clean water, like it is not only food. It goes against our shared responsibilities.
Our Senate is standing still on its opposition against Washington's proposal to resettle asylum seekers in Palau. Senate President Hassan Bong has advised against receiving service, saying there are practical issues around introducing refugees in their society. Caleb Benjamin has more.
Well, it is committed board President Surrender West Jr. suggested forming a working group to consider the youth proposal and build a consensus. But in Times reports, Mr. Ball declined President Black's invitation for the Senate to send representatives to the working group, saying they trust the decision will be respected. Mr. West says the US has expressed a willingness to work with Palau to address their priorities. He says that the American position would enable Palau to give a response that is grounded in the best interest of our people.
In the Northern Marianas, mandatory reporting of suspected abuse is now in place in the Kanoa Catholic Diocese. This follows the arrival of a priest from Guam who wants to make sure sexual abuse, like the cases documented in Guam, are not repeated in the Marianas. My correspondent Mark Romano says before the change in place there were rumors of reports of abuse, the church would just remove the priest and assign them somewhere else.
Being the same realm, same area, or some faraway place, just like what happened in Boston, where it's in the place. Their change is it's now designed to abuse both under canonical law and civil law. So it's using civil law as part of the definition of sexual, emotional abuse and neglect.
Any concerned act of abuse will result in permanent removal from ministry and possible dismissal of the clergy. Meteorologists are predicting 5 to 9 cyclones for the Southwest Pacific this season. The official cyclone season for the region runs from November to April. Lydia Lewis has more.
The forecast issued by Earth Sciences New Zealand says the risk of impact from the tropical cyclone is expected to be higher to the west near the Torres Sea and around New Caledonia and Vanuatu. There is a normal to reduced risk in the central part of the region and reduced risk to the rest. However, it warns 2 to 4 severe tropical cyclones reaching category 3 or higher may occur anywhere across the region, so all communities should remain prepared.
A Pacific climate change advocate is hoping this year's COP30 will bring real change following global recognition of challenges facing the region. Vishal Prasad is among students who successfully took their campaign for climate accountability to the International Court of Justice. Now it is being recognized through the 2025 Mind Livelihood Award, often referred to as the Alternative Nobel Peace Prize. Mr. Prasad says all eyes are on next month's COP in Brazil.
A lot needs to be done, and really within the COP space it's going to be very interesting to see how COP responds to the ICJ's advisory in Brazil later this year.
The International Court of Justice opinion found countries to be legally responsible for their greenhouse gas emissions. Kiribati has won the inaugural Miss Martinica pageant, taking home thousands in cash, a new phone, and free flights for a year on United Airlines. The new pageant came about at the request of the president, who wants to promote Martinician culture. Organizing committee chairperson Livingston Vinam took on the task of not only planning the pageant, but also the Martinica Music Festival, also held in Nauru this week. Mr. Vinam says both events have been a success, engaging almost all of the 11,000 people on Nauru. In world news, the Israeli Prime Minister's office says Mr. Netanyahu's spoken to the U.S. President, thanking him for his leadership in the Gaza peace agreement and inviting him to address the Israeli parliament. Hamas also welcomed the deal, saying it stipulated an end to the war with the withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza and the entry of aid. In a statement, it praised the Palestinian people for what it called their heroism and sacrifice. Speaking to Fox News, Donald Trump said the peace deal had been achieved with international help.
the whole world came together, to be honest. So many countries that you wouldn't have even thought of it. They came together. The world has come together around this deal. And that's something I would say that without that, wouldn't happen.
Donald Trump has called the deal a great day for the world. A report by the UN Children's Agency UNICEF has warned that the number of children displaced by armed gang violence in Haiti has almost doubled in the past year to 680,000. Armed gangs now control the majority of the capital, Port-au-Prince. UNICEF has called for the international community to step up and blame political instability and poverty for the problem. In sport, the Fiji National Rugby League has named one local player in the Fiji rugby squad for the upcoming Pacific Championship. KC Maya, who plays for the Fiji Navy Albatross Club, has made it into the final 20-member squad named by head coach Wansu Ativeata. Melbourne Storm's twin Tony Kameza will lead the side in their Pacific Bowl campaign against Papua New Guinea and the Cook Islands. The party will meet with the Highlands on October 18th in Port Moresby in round 1. This is sport from RNZ Pacific. There's more on our website rnz.co.nz/Pacific.
Una de the Pacific Wave from RNZ Pacific. I'm Clara Christmas coming up.
Not a problem. We here. Our problem was by our workers in the Netherlands.
Fiji Prime Minister unhappy with some seasonal workers. Also, rugby league fans buzzing over the Pacific Championship team. And Pacific climate advocates recognized on the world stage. Fiji's Prime Minister says the behavior of some Fijian workers participating in seasonal employment has been embarrassing. The Prime Minister's comment has been criticized by one Fiji charity that says it undermines the dignity of many workers forced to go overseas to support their families. Caleb Fotheringham has more.
Fiji's Prime Minister put the Guinea